Hello and welcome to the Black Ponderer. I'm Neil Trotter, and today what we're going to be doing is just taking a step back and celebrating. Again, why not? Because this is the 4-year YouTube anniversary of the Black Ponderer, this channel. And I'm the type of guy that likes to reflect, but also have fun. Any excuse to celebrate, have fun, have a party, relax, I'm all for that. I'm one of those kinds of people. Give me any excuse to have fun and I'll have fun, right? So how are we going to celebrate or acknowledge 4 years of YouTube videos of the Black Ponderer? Well, two things. Number one, we're going to do a bookshelf tour, right? Because that's a requested video from some subscribers have been requesting that, right? And so we're going to be doing that for sure. But also, before then, I guess the second thing, before the first thing we're going to do is a giveaway. Because we always do giveaways at the Black Ponderer every year. Why do I do that? Why do I do giveaways? Because I have belief, and one of the themes of the Black Ponderer is that philosophy is an underutilized tool. We need to use philosophy to solve the world's issues. I really do believe that a lot of these issues that we're dealing with and the human species is dealing with can be solved with philosophy, or philosophy can be a huge problem-solving tool that will really help progress humanity forward, but it's not being used. So how best we can utilize this tool, get more people using the tool? We give out books, we spread the word about philosophy, we talk about how philosophy can help humanity in today's world. I like to share philosophy, I like to talk about philosophy, and I like to apply philosophy to today's world. That's what the Black Ponderer is all about. We're doing a series on the Black Ponderer. We're just getting this started, but we're going to keep it rolling. The series is called Why the Black Ponderer is called the Black Ponderer, and not just the Ponderer. And we read 2 books as a part of that series. So we talked about these 2 books. The 2 books, probably the best books I've read in 2017. First of all, that was A Nobody by Mark Lamont Hill. And also Invisible Man, Got the Whole World Watching by Michael Denzel Smith. You read these 2 books right here. You have a question. Your question is, why do you call yourself the Black Ponderer? Why is this YouTube video called the Black Ponderer instead of the Ponderer? Why is race such an important aspect of your YouTube channel? Why do you talk about race? Why you gotta bring up that subject? Read these 2 books. I guarantee you, after you read these 2 books, either or, but both of them, that question will be answered. You'll walk away and you'll say to yourself, "Oh, okay, I understand. I get it. I see what he's trying to do. I see what's going on in the world and why we do need to talk about race and why race is an important thing that we need to discuss in a philosophical context as well as other social identifiers." I encourage you to check out the videos I did for both of these books where I get in depth about that. But these books were so good, I went ahead and bought the paperback editions of these books, and we're giving these away to 1 subscriber because I want to spread the word. Because when people ask that question, to me that says, okay, I see. This is why we need philosophy. This is why, because it's a state of mind. It's a mode of thinking where people are just not aware, they're not understanding the real problems, the real issues that are happening in the world. And it's about asking the right questions to come up with the proper solutions to these major problems humanity has to deal with. So what are the conditions? What are the terms? What are the rules and regulations of the giveaway? It's just the thing we always do. You have to have been a subscriber as of the upload date of this video. You can't be like, "Ooh, I want that book, I'm gonna subscribe to this channel" after the fact, right? Because this is a reward for the subscribers that have been subscribed from the get-go. See, we don't inflate numbers or viewerships or views at the Black Ponderer with giveaways and fancy jazz and all that stuff. I'm not really concerned with the amount of views I get or how high my subscriber count is. That's not a game I'm trying to play, right? It's funny because that just recently I got this email from YouTube about this other YouTube channel I used to be a part of with my multimedia company that I do long. I haven't touched that channel in years, but they were saying how our monetization has changed and we can no longer monetize your videos because you don't get enough views. And I'm sure a lot of YouTube people are going to be upset over that. I don't give a damn because I don't monetize my videos and I don't really care about high viewership. So more power to them. Corporation got to make his money, I guess. But the whole changes with monetization in YouTube, I don't. That's not really a thing that I'm concerned with because I'm not doing this for a living. This is a hobby. This is a passion project of mine, a very important project nonetheless. So I do want to express my appreciation for the people who do watch the videos and who do subscribe, right? That's why we do the giveaways because I do enjoy having conversations on YouTube via comments, even ones that I disagree with or you disagree with me. I love debate. I love healthy, critical discussion. And even if you just watch, that's cool. It's all good. So all you gotta do is comment on the video. This video, just say, hey, I want to be part of the giveaway, and we'll just choose one random person from the people that commented. And unfortunately, I have to be able to determine if you are a subscriber. I know you can have your settings where you hide the fact that you're a subscriber. You can hide who you subscribe with, but then now I can't determine if you subscribe to my channel or not. So only if I can determine whether or not you subscribe, that's how I'm able to give you those books. So comment on the video expressing you want to be part of the giveaway, and we'll give it about a week or so. Let's just say a week from the uploading of this video, and then we'll close it. And then I'll pick a random person from those who have commented with a request to be entered in the giveaway, and then we will give away the books. And it'll be a lot of fun. Again, very important issues that are discussed here. Not everybody thinks so, but they are. They really are very important issues. And check out those videos to get more in depth with my thinking and the philosophy behind those problems, those social problems, social economic problems that humanity deals with, that we need to begin to start developing solutions to overcome. Now then, on to the bookshelf tour. All right, so here we are. This is a bookshelf, but here's the thing. I'm not going to show you like all of my bookshelves because that would just be too long. I got so many bookshelves, and let's be honest with you, look at this. I'm just disorganized. I'm not one of those people that organizes their shelves in like any type of order, unfortunately. Although I should. I mean, I should. And, some of these, go on YouTube, you see these really fancy bookshelves with they're like color coded, right? Why don't we just alphabetize them in the order of author or something? At least I don't do that. I honestly just throw them on the shelves, and as of now, I can actually remember where everything's at. And this is just one shelf. Let's see, I got a shelf. This is the CDs, right? And then over here, oh, that's just the light. I'm using the light. But back there is another shelf, and then I got a shelf over. I put books all over the place. There's like the desk. I got like some books over there. Kira manga. What it do? Oh, X-Files. I want to believe. Let's go, baby. Sonic the Hedgehog. And then I got like a bookshelf behind me. I just got Super Mario Brothers. What it do? No. This is not a room tour. This is just a bookshelf tour. But I got bookshelves all over the place. I got so many damn books. If I were to show you all my books, it'll be like a 3-hour, a long video. Let's not even talk about the digital books that I have on the Kindle. That would be an hour right there. What we're going to do instead is we're just going to focus on this shelf. I do put all the Penguin Classics that I have in one shelf. I do that because, I like collecting the Penguin Classics. I'm a fan of this edition, right, of the Penguin Classics edition. You know, we'll start with here. We'll go in no order here, but first, yeah, I like the Penguin Classic editions. I know a lot of people find these designs boring, you know, because they're black. What do they call these? Like the Black Classics editions. I don't know what the formal term of them are, but you know, there's. Last time I checked, which was like 2008. I think that was a year I checked, and there were like 7,000 of these books of the number of books in this edition. But that was 2008, and they actually had a deal. You could actually buy all of them. If I was on the website, and I was like, oh, you can just bulk buy them all. Yeah, but you know, it was a lot of money. So what I'm saying is, collecting them probably not reasonable to do. And that was 2008. I'm sure they got like over 10,000 now, right? You know, it's not really something probably is a realistic goal for me, collecting all the books. But I like this edition. I'm not really too into the whole, to be honest with you, the whole pretty, super cute editions. I know Penguin has, I think they call them the cloth bound editions, something like that. The ones where they look like they got really fancy wallpaper on them. I know Vintage just came out with some editions of like Virginia Woolfs. And they just look like really fancy wallpaper, and I know a lot of people find those really cute. They're very feminine. I just like the masculine style. I really do. The black. Look at this. You know, a lot of people find these pictures on the front very boring. I mean, it is just a dude in the front, but you know, I like it. I also like the mass market form factor. I'm also one of those guys that likes the beat up books. You know, I'm not one of those people that keeps the books pristine, because I like the scuffs and the spine, little damage, and the papers. You know, as you know, I write in my books, and I highlight them all and mark them up. You know, I like, you know, to me, it's like, look, I bought the book, it's mine. I can do whatever I want with it at that point. But anyway, let's go through the books that I have. Let's maybe do this. We'll try and go as fast as possible. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Just Penguin Classics. I have a lot. So this right here is... Actually, this is a feminist book. A feminist theory. And it's by Frederick Engels. The Origin of the Family, Private Property, and the State. Frederick Engels was a partner of Karl Marx, actually. They worked together in a lot of the things that they did. And he's just talking about how women are used as property in the household, how, you know, marriage, and the husband actually basically owns the wife as property, and that's kind of how, you know, the idea of marriage is kind of based off of kind of ownership of each other, but particularly in favor of the man, and how that's kind of messing up society. So we'll definitely be checking that out for sure. That's gonna be a video. We've already done a video about this on Friedrich Nietzsche, Beyond Good and Evil. Look at that cool design. Beyond Good and Evil I had some disagreements with. Check out the video. Again, you wouldn't think from the front cover, but this is a work of feminism, feminist theory. John Stuart Mill on liberty and the subjection of women. And we will be definitely doing a video on this, but but I want to kind of just do the videos about, you know, women writers that write about feminism. Let's do those, because there's still a lot of those left. And then we'll go to the men, right? Okay. Jean-Jacques Rousseau. Oh, I wonder if I got his name right. This is a very popular philosopher. And he's more political philosophy. We'll definitely be getting into these very soon. And Discourse on Inequality. My bad. A Discourse on Inequality. Definitely be doing a video on that. Yeah, this is his other book. Probably his most famous, right? The Social Contract. The Social Contract. Yes, right. And a lot of Western philosophy, Western political philosophy, is based off of this very book right here. And, you know, it's got a little controversy. Some people think, you know, when it was written, Western civilization, politics changed for the better. And some people say, and actually it changed for the worse. So we'll be talking about that. What do we have here? Oh, the Divine Comedy, Dante. Yes, because we talk about philosophy of religion here on this channel for sure. I don't stray away from the religion. So we will definitely be doing a video on this one day. I don't know if you see it, but look, I actually double stack. So there's a lot of books. Let's see if we can go through them all. We'll see what happens. Now, not only do we talk about philosophy of religion, but we also talk about philosophy of science. We're talking about Charles Darwin, The Descent of Man. We're definitely going to be getting into that for sure. Religion and science, I think, are very important to talk about critically and civil, with a civil discourse. Very important. Why can't we do that? Is that so hard to do? Talk about science and religion at the same time? I think it's possible, and it's a great thing to do. Nietzsche, you know, if you want to get hits on YouTube, talk about Friedrich Nietzsche. Particularly this book. Thus spoke Zarathustra, probably the most popular philosophical text of all time. You know, he's up there with Aristotle and Plato. We did a video on this, of course. Obviously, it's one of my most popular videos. Got a lot of comments. Agree and disagree. You know, it's very interesting. Talked about that. It was fun. Times More Utopia. So, you know, we live in this age where dystopian stories are, you know, they're blockbusters and they're huge successes. From The Walking Dead to The Hunger Games. But what about the utopia? Let's talk about that. What makes a utopian society? We'll be talking about this. Oops, keeps falling over. Oh. Confucius, the Analects. Did I do a video? Of course, look, I marked. See, that's how I know I did a video, because I got the markings. Yes, we talked about Confucius, Eastern philosophy. Sometimes neglected, when we shouldn't really neglect that. The Far East contributed tremendously to philosophy, and they have a lot of, they cover a lot of topics that the Western philosophy does not. So it's important to study both. The Art of Rhetoric. So many people tell me you got to talk about this book. I mean, this is like a classic. The philosophy of rhetoric, discussion, talk. You need to talk about this book. So we definitely will. Eventually, we will get to the time where we get to this classic Aristotle text. But for sure, we're going to be talking about more philosophy of science with Charles Darwin on the origin of species, where he breaks down his theory of evolution. You know, it's important to talk about that and the philosophy behind it. Not sure if I'm doing a video about this, Moby Dick or the whale. Not sure. Probably not. But, you know, I'm going to read it and see. I've read this book before, but it was like an abridged version when I was kind of young. So this is the full version. I want to read that. Let's see if it has enough philosophy to warrant a video for it. Maybe not. We'll see. This was the very first Nietzsche video I did. The Birth of Tragedy. This is back in the day when I called Friedrich Nietzsche Friedrich Nietzsche. And some people, didn't like that. Which, I'm sorry. I guess I'm a little trolling, man. Online troll is like one of those words we use today to describe people that just, it's a lot. Trolling could be take it to the extreme, like anything can be bad, right? But I was a class clown in school. I used to do a little jokes, and sometimes I do things just so I to tick people off. It's bad. It's bad. I've cooled down, and I never was that too bad about it. But sometimes I'd say the Nietzsche, and then people get upset, and I can't help but giggle. I'm sorry. Now we did Karl Marx, a video on Karl Marx Capital 1, volume, for the first volume. We're gonna definitely eventually do a video on Karl Marx Capital Volume 2. The thing is, these books are really big and beefy, and you know, if you see that I'm not posting a video in like a month, it's probably because I'm reading this book. And there's no problem with you know, taking a while to read a book in a month. What's wrong with that? Or maybe even more. Now I see, maybe if you're a YouTube person that's trying to make money off of this and you want to have to upload more consistently, that might be a problem. But I don't have that issue. The Dhammapada. We did a video about this. This is Buddhist philosophy. Excellent, excellent. We did a video about this, the politics, a more political philosophy by the Greeks. You know, the Greeks were the innovators of democracy. So there's some very interesting topics there. Of course, more science of religion. We definitely will be going through this. Albert Einstein's theory of relativity. Relativity, the special and the general theory. I heard that this actually is very well written. You know, as a scientific document, it's actually easy to read. And we will be going into the philosophy behind the theory of relativity. Eventually, we will do a video about that. Plato's The Republic. Yes, we did a video about that. Very, very influential. Definitely one of the most popular of the philosophical texts. This is Dostoevsky, Fyodor, my favorite author. You know, I must admit he is my favorite author. Not for everybody, you know, but for me, I love him. And we did do a video about crime and punishment. Check it out. Talks about justice and what's right and what's wrong and who gets to decide. Eventually, we will do a video about Dostoevsky's The Idiot. I think this is supposed to be, you know, this guy's life is similar to Jesus's life, right? And he's, you know, it's like a comparison. I think a philosophical examination of the life of Jesus told through some other guy who's going through similar situations or something like that. And it's kind of one of those stories. That's what I hear. Admittedly, I haven't read that one, so I will eventually. I've read like little parts of it, but I have read this. The Brothers Karamazov. So far, my favorite Dostoevsky novel. I love this because he's not, you know, I like people who aren't afraid to go deep into religious philosophy, you know, because that's like such a taboo these days. But he delves deep into it, and that's what that book's about. Check out the video. The Bhagavad Gita. In the video, I accidentally mispronounced the Gita, and I said Jita. And it's too bad, but you know, I didn't say the word that much, so you know, and I corrected myself with what do you call those footnotes on the. But this is actually my most viewed video. I got a lot of viewers from India with this one. You know, this is very important Hindu text. Very important Hindu text. Check that out. Another influential book of political philosophy, Thomas Hobbes' Leviathan. I wanted to read this book because I read an article in The Atlantic, one of the best articles I've ever read, honestly. It talked about how President Barack Obama's political philosophy is based on this book, or Thomas Hobbes, what Thomas Hobbes thought. So I was like, ooh, I need to read that. And, you know, it's cool to have a president who's actually got some sort of political philosophy, as opposed to our current president who has no political philosophy, or his political philosophy is basically fascism, unfortunately. Oh well. What are you gonna do? That's why we need philosophy in the world. And then we did a video about this. Oh, these are two books in one. Twilight of the Idols and the Antichrist. Nietzsche. Twilight of the Idols highlights a lot of disagreements I have with Nietzsche, but the Antichrist, I had a lot of agreements I had with him. So that was cool. We did videos on this. Yeah, eventually we'll do a video about this. Mosey. Oh, I hope I pronounced that right. The Book of Master Mo. Right, this is Eastern philosophy. More Dostoevsky. People tell me you should do a video about these because one is Notes from the Underground and the other is a double, two of his novels. You should do a video about these because they're short and you can knock them out. They're quick. But I'm not about being quick and short and easy and knocking things out. You know, I'm about just reading things and just talking about them philosophically. And if it takes a long time, it takes a long time. I'm not concerned with that. But I hear these two books are very good, so I will definitely, we will definitely eventually do a video on them for sure. Marcus Aurelius Meditations. I did a video about that. Classic Stoicism right here. And then we have Immanuel Kant's Critique of Pure Reason. I definitely did a video about this. And I used race as an example to explain what he's talking about. He uses a lot of terms that I chose not to use because I felt like they were kind of unnecessary. I just wanted to talk about the idea behind his language because he can get a little bit too linguistically challenging unnecessarily, I feel, Immanuel Kant. But it's a very good book, very good book. I did a video on this, the Book of Chuang-Tzu, more Eastern philosophy coming at you. Oh, Soren Kierkegaard, yes. The Sickness Unto Death. This is a very relevant book. We're talking about mental illness here. This book has a lot to do with that. And anxiety, clinical depression. You can get a lot from this. And this book was written a long time ago, but, mental illness is something that, is still a huge issue in society today. And there's a lot of philosophy behind this. And here's more Kierkegaard, again, Fear and Trembling. He examines the story of Abraham and Isaac when God commanded Abraham to sacrifice Isaac and the philosophy behind that situation. Very excellent philosophical examination. Abraham's existential crisis, essentially. Yes, we did we did a video on this, Discourse on Method, and also some related writings from Rene Descartes. We definitely talked about some Rene Descartes on our channel, for sure. Oh, this is Frederick Douglass's autobiography. I just bought this because I noticed, there's a Penguin Classics edition. I need to get it. Will we be talking about this? I wonder. I should reread this and see if there's enough philosophy in here to warrant a video for that. Although this is definitely one of my all-time favorite books. Changed my life, for sure. Excellent book. A must read. I think everybody should one day read that book, to be completely honest with you. And The Grapes of Wrath. Grapes of Wrath is funny. It's a horror. It's a sad story. It's a sad story. But a lot of people have very different opinions about it. A lot of people say, "Oh my God, this book is completely devastating," which it is. And then there's also a lot of people who say this book is really boring. It's extremely boring. And it's kind of interesting to see the opposing viewpoints. There are chapters where literally nothing is happening. I remember there was a chapter where it was about a turtle walking across the road, and that was like the whole chapter. So I get what the boring people are saying, but the ending for sure, actually, it's like really devastating. So different strokes for different folks. Yes, we did a video about this. Christine de Pizan, pronounce her name, I'm sure. The Book of the City of Ladies. This is known as a proto-feminism, or before feminism was formally established. This is like one of the earliest works of feminism. We did a video about that, yes. Henry David Thoreau, yes, this is Walden and Civil Disobedience. Walden is my all-time favorite text. My favorite book of all time is Walden. This is the first video I did on this channel. This book means so much to me. It means a lot. I did a video about this, and check it out if you haven't seen it. Did it that 4 years ago. The Nicomachean Ethics is another book I did, another video I did a while back. Aristotle. And here we have more Rene Descartes, Meditations and Other Metaphysical Writings. Did a video about that for sure. Yes, a lot of requests here for this. East of Eden. So many requests for this. I will eventually get to this book. John Steinbeck is an excellent author. Definitely one of my top favorites. I've read many of his books. Grapes of Wrath. The book of Mice and Men actually got me back into reading when I was a teenager. Early teenager. I kind of fell off reading for a while. And then I read of Mice and Men and I'm like, oh, okay, I need to start reading again. And, you know, one of my favorite philosophers, Henry David Thoreau. This is his collection, an anthology of his texts, The Portable Thoreau, Penguin Classics. We did a video from that, his essay on walking. Oh, we will definitely eventually make some videos about some Thomas Aquinas for sure. Some philosophy of religion. You know, even crossing into theology. Oh yes, we will definitely be doing videos on this guy for sure. That's in the works. And John Milton, the complete poems, Paradise Lost, the story of Satan getting expelled from heaven. We will definitely do a video about that. Then not some more science, philosophy of religion, and also the story of Adam and Eve, as told by John Milton. The expulsion from paradise. Yeah, eventually we will do a video about from this. The Buddhist scriptures, more Western philosophy, particularly philosophy of Buddhism. Certainly, we will be doing that. Buddhism is as much a philosophy as it is a religion. In fact, that some would argue is more a philosophy than a religion. This is The Wallpaper and Other Selected Writings by Charlotte Perkins Gilman. I heard this is a great work of feminism. So we will be doing a book on that. A video on that. The Upanishads, some more Hinduism, classic Hinduism texts. I did a video on that. Of course, eventually, Karl Marx and Frederick Engels, the Communist Manifesto. Of course, we gotta be doing a video on this. It's inevitable, and it'll come. And we did do a video on Karl Marx Capital One. Check it out. This is the first volume. Check that out. This is the third video I did on this YouTube channel. Soren Kierkegaard, Either or, a fragment of life. We did some Soren Kierkegaard. I put so many markings in this book. I don't think I actually read. I think I read one quote out of this book because it was just so kind of all over the place. But it was great. It was a great existential book. I don't know why I picked this up. I just picked it up because it was Penguin Classics, the complete Dead Sea Scrolls in English. Probably won't be doing a video on this, but I will be reading it. Yeah, I think it was just I just saw it as a Penguin Classics. I'm like, ooh, and then you know, kind of religious. I'm into religious texts, so I got it. And this is the third volume, Karl Marx. We'll be for sure doing a video on that when. Man, who knows? But eventually we will. Karl Marx Volume 3. And that's all the Penguin Classics I got. So, you know, just a taste of things to come, things in the works. you know, a preview, a trailer of what's to come. I mean, we're not stopping. I have no plans on ending the channel, and you know, because I keep it relaxed and I keep it as a hobby, as a passion project, and as long as that's going on, we're gonna keep it rolling. Here's, you know, just as a little peek of my other books, whatever. But thanks for, you know, sticking around for as long as you did. The OGs that have been around since day one. And for those who have just joined or joined recently, welcome. This is a philosophy channel. We do philosophy and we have a blast, and we try and contribute to helping the world be a better place. This is the Black Ponderer. Thanks for watching.